back with another one. Okay, so it's not really another one because I don't think I'm gonna pull any cards for this one. But I was just watching this movie, y'all. It's lightning, it's raining, it's crazy. So I was just watching this movie. I'm sure a lot of y'all have probably seen it before. Children of the Corn. The name of it itself is just funny to me for so many reasons. But I'm not gonna get into that. When I initially turned it on, I wasn't expecting it to be a movie about religion or spirituality, anything of the sorts. It's been so long since I've seen that movie, and I've seen it before, but it's been many, many years ago. So it was like watching it for the first time all over again. Those children in that movie, they crazy, y'all. But they talked about the Bible a lot. The children who were going around killing everybody, they talked about the Bible a lot. And they kind of manipulated what it said to fit their agenda. So I don't know. Maybe somebody out there has something like this going on with them where people are using the Bible or some religion or some spirituality to kind of manipulate their way, or maybe even reasoning with themselves when it comes down to a choice that they've made or something that they're doing. These were kids here, and the kids were taking these pieces of corn and they were making crosses with them. And those little crosses would be left all over houses of people they've killed, the cars of people they intended to kill. There was a little boy and a little girl who actually helped the adults save themselves at the end because the children were the killers. The little boy's name was Job, just like the Job in the Bible. And Malachi was one of the killers. And it's so funny because I was listening to this reading earlier, and Malachi and Joe came up in those readings that I was listening to earlier. I was thinking I have a cousin whose son name is Malachi, and I only know one Joseph that I could think of anyway. So I'm sitting here trying to put it together, not realizing I was going to watch this movie later, and Malachi and Joseph were going to play two significant parts in the movie that I was watching. Malachi was actually one of the people who twisted the word of the Bible, what was in the Bible. But in the end, the blue man or the man behind the field or something like that was coming. And in order to get rid of that final person, but it wasn't a person, it was like an entity, you had to read a specific part of the Bible in order to get rid of this entity. And it says something like, he who misleads them will be cast into the lake of fire and brimstone. So, in other words, like a false prophet, which was exactly what those kids were. two of them specifically that led the group. Malachi and the other one, I forgot his name. But Malachi was one of the first ones, or he was the first one that got killed. The other one, who was originally like underneath Malachi as the leader, like second in charge, he wound up killing Malachi. Well, Malachi came back after whatever they had been worshiping or praying to, which wasn't God, by the way. They kept saying it was God. It wasn't God. So whatever they had been worshiping, it came into Malachi. It took his body over. And once they killed Malachi, Malachi came back to kill the other one, the other leader, because he said that God wanted him to. But again, it wasn't God, it was some entity. Matter of fact, every time the entity would come, it would come from the ground. You would see it moving through the soil. And so you just knew it had nothing to do with God. And it's so funny because originally when it came, it was when someone wanted to celebrate their birthday. And Malachi was hung up like on this cross that they made with corn. And it started lightning and thundering outside. And the person whose birthday it was like, he's coming. God is coming for me. Oh, this was the craziest movie. I swear, I don't remember any of this. It's my second time watching it, but I don't remember watching it at all. It was so crazy. So anyway, when I finished watching the movie, at the end, the guy had to read whatever it was at the Bible, and he wound up setting the whole cornfield on fire. When I came back outside, it looked like it had been pouring down raining, and I was just looking at the sidewalk as I walked by to get in the car, and there was all these leaves there, and it resembled that cornfield. And the thunder and lightning across the sky. But I don't think I heard the thunder, but the lightning that I keep seeing that illuminates the sky is very much given that movie, which is crazy. So it's still lightning out here. So I don't know again. I don't know why. I wanted to come on here and tell y'all about that movie. Maybe somebody should watch it. I don't know if it has to do with anything. Maybe somebody going through something like that where they're dealing with a false prophet. I would advise you to read the Bible yourself, not just let people tell you things or help you make decisions based off their knowledge, based off their perception of whatever it is that they've read, because they could very well be leading you down the wrong path. And I don't know why. I just felt the need to come on here and say something about that because it's not coincidental that I picked that movie to watch, not knowing what I was about to see. But so many parts of it resonate, so I figured somebody else needs to hear that, maybe even see it, watch the movie for themselves. Maybe someone is out here fighting a spiritual battle We all go through these moments. It's like a good versus evil. I was talking about that earlier. Don't be misled. And so, those false prophets, the ones out here who are manipulating things to fit their agendas, it's a special place for them. And they're going to end up there, and you may end up there with them if you don't take the time out to read and get an understanding for yourself, or at least build a relationship with your God so that you can understand things for yourself. So, that was a crazy little movie there. Yeah. So I guess that's it. That's all, y'all. I just wanted to come on here and tell y'all about the movie. Maybe y'all should go and watch it. So I'll be back.